All right, so today we are going to talk a little bit about the Dewey Decimal System. Raise your hand if you've ever heard of the Dewey Decimal System. Nobody? Okay, that's good. I'm going to teach you about it. So the nonfiction books, which are the true books, right? Everybody knows that?
Yeah.
And they're in those two sections of shelves over on the other side of the library. And do you see there's posters hanging up over there that say like 200 to 299, 300 to 399? Do you see them up on the walls over there? Okay. Those are to help you find different subjects in the nonfiction section. Like when you get a little bit older and you're doing research, that's going to be super helpful to you. I know you guys know where like the animal books are and the dinosaur books, but there's a reason that they are in those special spots. Okay? So in the everybody section on the spine label, which is right here, there's an E and then there's 3 letters. Does anybody know what those 3 letters are? Emily?
Elementary school?
No, the E stands for easy reader, and the 3 letters on the bottom are the first 3 letters of the author's last name. And that's, we shelve them in alphabetical order so we can find the books easily. But we have to know the author. The same is true for the fiction section. Those are shelved by the first 3 letters of the author's last name as well, in alphabetical order. But the nonfiction is special. So, to start, we're going to read a book about the nonfiction section, and it's just kind of like an introduction to it, just to give you guys a little taste of what it's like. So this book is called Do You Know Dewey? Exploring the Dewey Decimal System, and it's by Brian P. Cleary, and the illustrations are by Joanna Lou Breithoff. So if you're the illustrator, what's your job? Raise your hand if you remember. Cadence.
Writing the words.
No. What is it, Tristan?
Drawing the pictures.
You draw the pictures, right. If you write the words, what's your job? Al?
Write the words.
You're the what? What's the
Author.
fancy word? The
Author.
author, right. Good job. Okay. So let's see. So the Dewey Decimal System was invented by a man named Melville Dewey. So this says, Melville Dewey loved to read when he was very small, but libraries were so mixed up they brought no joy at all. And that's why little Melville would grow up to make a system to organize those stacks of books and classify and list them. What if our library looked like that? You'd never find anything, right? The Dewey Decimal System keeps nonfiction in its place. Books are grouped by subjects, such as art or outer space. The system mainly covers books on topics that are real, people, things, and places jammed with factual appeal. Right? They're true books in the nonfiction section. For instance, if you're searching for a book all by yourself about the internet, you wouldn't look on every shelf. Instead, you check the numbers at the ends of all the rows. You want the section labeled with the zeros or the O's. So that's the first group in the nonfiction section. Can you see that poster over the desk that says 000 to 099?
Yes.
That's where like the alien books are, the Guinness Book of World Records books, things like that. The section marked 100s is the one that you look through to find a book that tells us why we act the way we do. It offers books explaining dreams and feelings. Others tell of optical illusions or places ghosts may dwell. Right? The ghost books, scary stories, scary places. Walk through the 200s and you'll find religion here. Holy books for Christians, Muslims, Jews, and more appear. There are books to help you study, understand, and probe beliefs and faiths of people living all around the globe. So the 200s are the religion books. Social sciences are next, and this 300 sections got topics such as government and money and elections, scouting in the military, books on education, customs, costumes, etiquette, and also transportation. That's the 300s. There's another special section of the 300s too. In the section that's 398.2, it's at the end of the 300s, that's where all the fairy tales are. Like Snow White, Rumpelstiltskin, those kind of books are in the 398.2s. In shelves marked with 400s, you'll see books of every kind on language, from the written and the spoken to the signed. Look up hieroglyphics and discover what they mean. Perhaps they'll lead you to the tomb of some Egyptian queen. All the 500s cover science and mathematics, perfect both for chemistry and algebra fanatics. Along with those enthusiasts of weather, birds and bees, dinosaurs, volcanoes, stars and oceans, plants and trees. It's a big section. You guys spend a lot of time in the 500s, right? Dinosaurs, science, weather, things like that. And then all the animal books. But what about inventions? Pets, our bodies and disease, or cooking? The 600s is the home for all of these. Want to know about the parts in each kitchen appliance? For all of this and spaceships too, look here in Applied Science. Those are like all the books about your body and science, things like that. In the arts, that's 700s, you'll find books on figure skating, art and sports and fishing terms like rod and reel and baiting. Motown, Mozart, Ellington, the Beatles and the blues, along with most activities that you might ever choose. 700s are all the sports books, soccer, hockey books, things like that. Peek in the 800s and you'll have all kinds of sightings of works in many languages and many types of writings. Here's speeches, plays, and poetry with something for all ages, along with puns and silly jokes and riddles fill the pages. What's in the 900s? It isn't any mystery. That's where you look for both geography and history, biography and travel, flags and maps of all the nations, tales of knights and castles, and exciting explorations. The Dewey Decimal System uses each distinct division to help you find non-fiction books with speed and with precision. So let the numbers lead you as they guide you through each zone, and you'll be set to travel on some journeys of your own. So the other special section in our library is the biography section, and that's under 921. Does anybody remember what a biography is? What is it, Nura?
Biography is a book about someone's life.
Right, it's a book about someone's life, exactly. And we have tons of biographies in our library. And that's going to be one of the sections we talk about in a couple minutes. So, next, I just want to show you guys these posters. They're a little different than the posters we have hanging up, but I think that it helps you to remember what the different sections are. So, the first section, it says books in this category include computers and the internet, world records, things that are unexplained, like UFOs and Bigfoot. Then 100 to 199, books about emotions, feelings, supernatural things like ghosts. The 200s are different religions. You heard about that in the book. And the 300s are books about government, money, laws, the military books, holidays, and customs. But that also holds the 398s, which are folk tales, fairy tales. Right, they're fake, so that doesn't follow the rule, right, Malik? Like, most of the nonfiction books are true books, but the fairy tales are in there too. So that's kind of an exception to the rule. 400 levels, books about grammar, like nouns and pronouns and adjectives, but it's also books about different languages, like French and Spanish. We have some books about French and Spanish in the library. Andrea, did you have a question?
No, I was just stretching.
500 to 599, books about nature and the natural world, so dinosaurs, plants, animals, weather. 600s are technology, health, cooking books, books about pets. So not all the animal books are in the 599s because the pet books are in the 600s. Inventions, transportation, like cars and buses, trains,
Like sodas.
and machines. 700s are books about, let's see, things we do for fun. Hobbies, art, sports, music, drawing. All the origami books are over there. And the 800s, literature books. Books that are joke books, the poetry books, right? When we have Poetry Week, that's a big popular section. All the Shel Silverstein books are over there. Where the Sidewalk Ends. Runny Babbitt. And let's see, 900 to 999, history books. Let's see, history and places in the world, which is geography, like maps. You guys have been doing some maps this year, right?
Yeah.
So that's where you'd find books about maps. And the 920, 921s are biographies and autobiographies, which Miru said are books about famous people. And that's more biographies. Who's that guy?
Abraham
Abraham
Lincoln.
Lincoln. Do you think we have any books about him?
Yes.
Tons, right?
I would
Okay.
talk